I'm late. I know. I thought I had it all good. And then my camera stopped working. Sometimes that's just how it goes. Guys, welcome in. Happy Saturday, you filthy animals. Good to see everybody piling in already. I know. I'm late. And here's the thing. It is a likely story because I have a lot of stuff that can not work on any given day. It's just how it goes. Like, sometimes everything looks good, and then I find out that my internet choked itself out. Like, and then the live stream stalls. Some days I think I'm good to go, only to find out that my microphone decides it only wants to deliver hot fuzz. Other times, my camera just decides that it's not coming to work today. I don't pay it, so that's fine. It's been a week, guys. It's been one hell of a week. More content coming soon. More channel updates coming soon. I got some exciting stuff going on in the Discord. Some potential members-only type pricing situations coming up in the Discord. Currently, I'm not trying to keep it a secret, guys. I'm working on a channel rebrand, and there's a lot of reasons behind that. And if you're ever curious about that, feel free to ask me. But I am working on rebranding the channel. And it's not because I'm trying to hide it or I'm trying to disappear and be like, look, it's me, Steel Snobs. I've been here the whole time. Because a good amount of my content just says Rollshambo. But I feel like it's time for a rebrand, not to pivot my content. Because the content's going to stay the same. I'm going to stay the same. But I'm going to rebrand the channel. It's just where it's going. So I've got a lot of decisions to make on what things are going to be included in that rebrand. There will likely be an LLC. Paying taxes as personal income is just not fun. I gotta get my stuff together. I gotta get it together, man. Because, you know, like there's a lot of changes that I want to make on a professional level with the channel that I just can't currently. And yeah, so rebrand is in the works. What am I rebranding to? I'm rebranding to Steel Snobs. It's not a secret. I've told multiple people. I've mentioned it in the Discord. I'm mentioning it now. I've mentioned it in prior live streams. The reason why I'm definitely making sure that it's not a secret or a surprise is because I don't want anyone to wonder what happened or where I went. Because I know the moment I make the change and I change the channel name, which isn't hard. Like, I can change it pretty easily. People are gonna be like, "Where did you go? Did you get deleted?" I mean, anything could happen on any given day. You never know. But throwing this out there, I'll be making it official when it happens, when I have a due date for that. But it is in the works. So keep your eyes peeled. To you guys, it really won't make a difference. It'll just be like, one day I looked for Rollshambo YouTube channel and I didn't find it. Instead, I found Steel Snobs. It's still stressful. I've got about 1,000 uploads under Rollshambo, and I'm about to just move that. But it's necessary. It's necessary. And if you want to know the main reason, it's because Rollshambo has a shelf life. It's got a shelf life. You know what doesn't have a shelf life? Steel Snobs. Let's go, baby. Go ahead and Spartan kick that like button for me one time. Let YouTube know that we're live. And let me know what you carried today. What was in your pocket? There's a lot of people in the chat. I should probably unpin the message because I'm no longer late. I'm here. I'll unpin my message now. I tried to let you guys know. All right. It was annoying looking at that. Most recent content, what is it? It's on the Winter Blade And yes, Winterblade, not Winterblade Co. It's annoying when people say Winterblade Co. Like, Winterblade is the company. Winterblade Co. is what happens when, you know, URLs are taken and you have to choose something close. Just ask Brian Winters. He will tell you it's Winterblade. It's not Winterblade Co. That's just his website address. It's the Winterblade X folder. It was his biggest drop to date. I want to say that he got more content creators involved for this drop than any other release I may have ever seen, which is really cool. Really cool. Some people look at it and they say, oh, it's a gimmick. It's not a gimmick. It's not a gimmick because the things that are really cool about this actually do increase its functionality as a tool. The crazy, you know, hybrid balisong lock looking deal, the X lock. Yeah, one of the best locks that I've experienced on a folding knife, purely because it is simultaneously the strongest lock you can get while also being extremely easy to disengage. It maintains a detent. It uses magnets. It fires hard. It's fun to carry. People say it's a fidget toy. Quit playing with it and just cut some cardboard already. I've cut a lot of cardboard. This is a very slicey knife. That's the other thing, is it's advertised at 15 thousandths behind the edge. Stupidly slicey. It's Bestech is the OEM. Bestech's MagnaCut. That's what this is, MagnaCut. They typically do between 63 to 64. It's higher than 62. So you've got hard MagnaCut, thin edge geometry, strong lock, fast, hard-hitting deployment that's not dependent on a spring. It's ambidextrous. The whole freaking design is one big increase in functionality. So when people say it's a gimmick, I'm like, get out of here. Get out of here. Gimmicks are attention grabbers that don't really progress the design as it's supposed to function. The functionality of this knife is incredible. It doesn't matter. They sold out. 500 freaking units sold out. In fact, when I was talking to Brian after the drop, because I was like, under an hour in this economy, 500 plus units plus pre-orders. He's like, well, every single model except for one, which was intentionally buried down the list with the pre-orders, sold out in 15 minutes. 500 knives. Huge shout out to Brian Winters. Congrats, buddy. So happy for you and your success. Please keep making. There we go. Excellent, innovative designs. Screw the haters. Let people say what they want. At the end of the day, that's exactly what we need to push knife design forward. And I'll stand on that hill. And I'm happy to die on it too. Guys, I'm super behind. I'm just going to start saying hi. I'm going to switch right down to the bottom here after the first few. Welcome into Craig Vincent, Ardar, Steve, Joe Gasperick, Stonewall, TC Blades. What's up, C. Kobe, Ground Fog? All right. I know I've been missing a lot, so I'm going to get to some milestones. Shout out to my man, Jim Miller. Jim Miller, channel member for 32 months. Jim was one of the first. Here's a fun fact. Jim was one of the first channel members. Not the first. I'm actually having a hard time remembering who that was. Channel lore goes that it was Oreo Dave. It was not, in fact, Oreo Dave. I want to say it was an account called It Ain't What It Ain't. And then I think it was Oreo Dave. And then I think it was Jim Miller, Top Dog. I might have the two mixed up. Anyways, Jim, one of my oldest supporters, thank you for being a channel member for 32 friggin' months. Sorry your week sucked, dude. But you're here now, and hopefully we can have a good time regardless. Shout out to Bobtism. It says new member on the screen, but he's been here for 3 months. Good to see you, Bob. Welcome to Neil McKenzie, who's been a Spartan for 19 months. He says raisins. No. But thank you for being a channel member for 19 months. Shout out to, shout out to Bradford Mitchell. 7 months? 7 months is just as fake as Ida. I mean, I'm here, dude. I'm here. Not fake. Not fake. It's a real place. And thank you to Bobtism for the $2 super. Thanks, man. He says, no way I'm going to give my ID to Discord. It is what it is. It is what it is. And Ed Durbin. What's up, Ed? Good to see you, man. He says, you don't have to say hi to me. I know I'm here. 14 months. Thanks, Ed. Good to see you, man. Welcome in. Guys, I'm going to skip to the bottom of the chat. I know I'm late. There's a mountain of messages. It would take me forever to get to them. Instead of doing that, I'm just going to hop to the bottom. Keep talking. I'll see you eventually. And welcome into the Ponds. Welcome into Fred the Lug. We got Nikola Tesla. Good to see you, man. And hold on. Ed says, I think I pushed Ian's nub. I don't know what that means. Tiff, good to see you. Welcome in. All right. We're gonna get to some more family friendly messages. I think this is a good opportunity to talk about decorum. Sometimes there's a lack thereof. Decorum. Listen, I've got one rule when it comes to my channel, when it comes to the Discord. It's the golden rule, baby. Don't be a dick. That's my only rule. Arnar Steve says, the strongest lock, me and my abilities, give me a double detent, no fear. You know, honestly, I've been carrying a slip joint a lot lately. I got not one, but 2 American Blade Works slip joints, and then I slept in and forgot that Mike Martin was releasing the frag pattern on his website. Listen. It's okay. I don't need 3. I'm not collecting infinity stones. But I hear you when you say, give me a double detent, no fear, because honestly, I have very pedestrian EDC cutting tasks for the most part. For the most part, a slip joint does the work for me. It's not a locking knife, right? I mean, it helps us all sleep better at night, knowing that our knife does in fact lock. But for something like cutting down cardboard, which is my primary cutting task, which reminds me, recycling is Wednesday. I'm going to have to cut down a mountain of cardboard again. Couple hundred feet of cardboard, no problem. Slip joint, no problem. The key is just knowing and being aware of what you're doing. I took a break from the slip joint because I wasn't paying attention. And here's the thing. It didn't happen while I was cutting with it. Like, I damaged my finger. For those of you who watched my who watched my Winter Blade X folder video, I had a Band-Aid on. I felt dumb. But I literally just injured myself. I was doing a one-handed close. People have asked, they're like, what did you do? Did you cut yourself with the X folder? Is it really that safe? Is it unsafe? Why aren't you telling us this? How much are they paying you? Nothing. I'm just sometimes very inattentive. Was closing my slip joint in a manner in which I've closed it hundreds of times. Finger on the spine, gripping by the sides, one-handed close, pop it into half lock, finish the job. I wasn't paying attention. I was distracted. Finger slips off the spine of the blade, tries to subconsciously tries to correct by going back up. And when I did that, it sliced into my finger. And Yes, it hurt. Yes, it still kind of hurts when I bump it into stuff randomly, but it's healing. Thank goodness for super glue. Thank goodness for super glue. I was mad. So I was like, I know better. That's a dumb cut. Pay attention. Any knife can cut you if you're not being responsible or paying attention or respecting it for what it is. Especially if it's super sharp, has a full hollow grind, and is slicey as hell. Apparently it cuts not only cardboard, but also yourself. All right. Good to see you, Rick. What's up, man? All right. Ian says, I'm just here to squabble for sport. Ian, are you like the Michael Jordan of squabbling? How many rings? How many rings do you got? Or I know you're a big NASCAR guy. They do like the big trophies, right? I don't know. I'm just going to stop talking. I don't watch NASCAR. I don't. Whatever it is that they win in NASCAR, like how many Daytona 500s? Nick T, what's up, man? He says, your mods are the ones who are catfighting. Oh, no, I'm not talking about anybody in specific, just in general. I have one rule. Like, I've got more rules than that in the Discord, but it kind of all encompasses, like, if you're ever wondering, what's the decorum? What do I need? Just don't be a dick. That's the one rule. It can all be summed up into that. Chad, good to see you, man. Says, hope you're having an excellent weekend. It's pretty decent. I've got more content to work on. I've been working on, I mentioned the channel rebrand earlier. I've been working on a logo. Lots of time spent on that, thinking about it. I have a lot of different design ideas that I'm playing with. Nothing is set in stone yet. The goal is to have new content for you guys tomorrow. New regular content. The live stream, of course, is tonight, which I am going to be making an update to the live streams. Nikola Tesla says, slip joint and cardboard could draw blood. I'm telling you, dude, like, a slip joint isn't going to fail when you're pushing through material. That's one of the reasons why it's, in my opinion, it's very important as a safety feature for slip joints to have extremely thin, slicey cutting geometry. Because you really shouldn't be moving back and forth. Slip joints, like, they don't do backward motion. Do backward motion, then yes. I cut myself with it because I was being an idiot. Some lessons are just painful to learn. But as far as going through it, just push through the cuts, man. And it's not going to fail on you. Now, where people get scared is like, well, what if it hangs up on a cut? That's why you need thin, slicey cutting geometry. Because if it's thin and slicey and sharp, you can push through your basic cardboard. You can push through whatever it is that you're cutting. Would I whittle wood with my slip joint? No, not at all. Not at all. I wouldn't cut something with a slip joint that the blade would have an opportunity to get hung up on in a regular scenario. And if it does get hung up, remember, you don't ever go back towards yourself, only away. Like, many people may have heard the old adage of, knife safety, always cut away from yourself. Like, that's a good one in general. But think about it. What knives were those guys using? Probably slip joints. Maybe back locks, but my point remains the same. The lock's not going to fail on you, or it's not going to snap closed on you if you're cutting away from yourself. Only if you ever bring the knife back. So it's one of those things where if you're going to get hung up on something, maybe use a different knife. But for a lot of regular EDC cutting tasks, slip joints are great, especially if they're thin and slicey. That's the only kind that I will carry. Hey, welcome into Top Dog. Good to see you, man. All right. TC Blade says slip joints are for eating apples and opening letters and slicing through hundreds of feet of cardboard. Maybe I just need to do that to prove that it's not that dangerous to cut cardboard with slip joints. Like, there's so many more cutting tasks. I agree with you. You know, eating apples, opening letters, cutting cardboard, basic cutting tasks. Steve says, I have a petrified fish flavorist with tape on the edge to play with and all the others. Flavorist. Is that a slip joint? Or is that a double detent? I think that's a double detent. I have to look it up. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Let's see. Doesn't say. I believe no, it is. It's a liner lock. Why? It's a liner lock. Why did I think it was a double detent? Petrified fish. Haven't picked anything up from them in a while, but every time I get a knife from them, it's always great. They do a good job. I believe they're also the ones behind Asher Knives. I think most people know that. Welcome to Justin Pauly. What's up, dude? All right. Nikola Tesla says, I open boxes, cut cardboard, zip ties, straps all day at work. I'm definitely using a knife with a good lock. I'm not saying that you don't need a knife with a lock. I'm saying that for basic cutting tasks, slip joints work great. Plus, I would actually argue that locking knives are more prevalent than non-locking knives at this point. So it just makes sense. Steve says, I didn't know microtech knives were going to get a price hike in February, and now the one I'm going to get is $50 more expensive than it was 2 days ago. Which one? Which one? And I guarantee you it's not at every... There are going to be retail sites that are lagging behind. I guarantee it. Keep your eyes peeled for those sites that have like very common content creator discount codes. Yell it out in the chat. Yell it out in the chat. I bet you we could find one at the old price for you. All right. I hinted at it a little bit ago. One change that is coming to the live streams. One change that is coming to the live streams is how I do my pocket checks. Now, on one hand, the majority has voted they want me to do all of the pocket checks. I want the pocket checks to be more than just all of the pocket checks all the time, every time. I want there to be a sense of excitement around it, but I also want to shout out everybody's pocket checks. So I was talking with Jim, because Jim watches everybody's lives. He's got great ideas. Shout out to you, Jim. And he had suggested, what if you have one day, one of your 2 live streams where you do all of the pocket checks, and then on the other live, feature the top 5 or your favorite top 10 or whatever. And I love that idea. And that would be throughout the week. So currently, when I do pocket checks, I just do all of the pocket checks for that day. And then people post pocket checks throughout the week in the Discord, and they never get seen by anyone outside of the Discord, which is also kind of a shame because some of those are really freaking cool. Some really good photos, some really good carries, some interesting pieces that get missed. So I think what I'm going to do moving forward is a combination of things. I'm going to start doing an Instagram feature. What that means is that maybe you're not in the Discord. Maybe you only post on Instagram. A lot of people will post their daily carries on Instagram. So I'm going to create a hashtag. And if you post throughout the week on Instagram and you use that hashtag, you will have an opportunity for it to be shown in the live stream. I don't know what that hashtag is yet. That will be one that I choose. And that'll be done on Saturdays. So that's one of the changes, is that I want to be able to feature someone's Instagram carry on the live stream. It's not like I have a massive following on Instagram. I don't. I haven't really put as much effort into that as YouTube, clearly. But I think it would be fun to start including some of that. They'll get a shout out on the live stream. I'll just pick my favorite one and I'll feature that. But also on Saturdays, I'm going to pick, I think, either a top 5 or a top 10. I think maybe a top 10 of pocket checks that have been posted throughout the week and feature those. So it could have been something that was posted on Monday, something that was posted on Tuesday, something that was also shown on Wednesday. And so I'm going to pick the top 10 pocket checks of the week on Saturdays. On Wednesdays, we'll just go through and we'll do all of the pocket checks for Wednesday. That way, we keep it nice, we keep it fresh. And I think I might also be doing I need to do more regular giveaways. For one, because I'm running out of room in my home studio. The knife library is full. I've got knives on my desk. I've got knives in my closet. I've got knives everywhere. I need to do a knife sale, but I also need to start doing giveaways again. Why not? Just be fun. And so, on the giveaways, those who get picked in the feature would have extra giveaway entries. So what I would do is I just enter it all in manually, and then those who got featured would get an extra entry. It's not a guarantee, and I haven't figured out how I would actually choose the top 10 to feature. Maybe I would base it off of reactions to the to their carry. Maybe I would pick. Maybe me and the Discord mods would pick. I don't know. I'm gonna figure that out tomorrow. Discord mods, I'll get back to you on that tomorrow. But those are the updates for the live stream. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited about it anyways. Let me know what your thoughts are in the chat. Welcome in, Jim. Good to see you, man. Welcome into Geek Machinist. What's up, dude? We got Dale Lane in the house. Nikola Tesla says, now we have to be on Instagram. That bites. You don't have to. You don't have to be on Instagram. Most of the pocket checks are going to be coming from the Discord. I'm going to pick one from Instagram to feature on the live stream, just to add some fun to it. You never know. It might flop. Nobody might use my hashtag. I'll announce what that hashtag is on Wednesday, by the way. All right. Just Paulie says, I like rocks and giveaways.
I'm not retarded, but I like rocks.
Me too, man. Me too. All right. TC Blade says, Shambo, when do I get promoted to a mod? Just saying. You know, I might need another mod to keep the peace. Chaos in this chat today. All right. Anyways, there's some good stuff going on out there, guys. Some good stuff. Recently, I want to say, was it today? I think there was a Cerberus Aurelius drop today. Now, I've been keeping my eye on, I try to keep my eye on small batch, mid-tech knives that are being made that the community's going nuts over. And everyone wants one of these things. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Everyone wants one of these things. Everyone wants one of these. I believe they did a drop today. I didn't even try. I've been watching these. I know people who are watching these, people who are actively trying, that are much better at winning on drops than I am. And like nobody's getting these. Everyone's trying, nobody's succeeding. They're small batch. They're sold out in like the first 30 seconds. Are they going to purchase bots? I don't know. Maybe people are all out here, with preloaded checkout information. Maybe they got like fiber optic internet. I don't know. It's beyond me. But what I do know is that these are a very simple design. I want to say, how much were these selling for? $725. So, it's not a cheap price. It's also not obscene either. These are, I want to say they're contoured. I haven't handled one, so I don't know. Zerblast, T15 pivot, CTS XHP steel, 3.5-inch blade, just about. White spun glass inlay, or a midnight pine spun glass inlay. That's cool for the pivot. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to be real with you guys. Like, I understand why they would sell out. What I don't understand is why they're selling so freaking fast. Now, some things that I like the fact that we get to see the stepped milling from the 3D milling. I like that. It's one of the things I love about my Lumia. It's one of the things that I like that American Blade Works does on some of their knives. On some of them, it's just like they need to show more of the step milling, but they don't. I had a Model 1 with this, and I really liked it. It's just a nice visual effect. Thumb studs look fantastic. All of the grippiness right there. The fluting looks good. If it is, I believe it's contoured. I could be wrong. But what I don't understand, blind screwed pocket clip. I mean, I'd prefer if the lock bar cutout was reversed like Chris Reeve does it, so that you don't have a hang up spot when you go to put it in and out of the pocket. I like the little extra milling right there. Like, that's cool. But when you look at this knife, I have to ask, like, why is this so hot right now? I'm trying to figure it out. Like, yes, it's got a cool pivot. Zerblast finish is always cool. But I don't understand. I'm not saying I wouldn't buy one if I had the chance. I'm just trying to understand, like, why are they specifically so popular right now to the point where they're selling out ridiculously fast. I'm talking first 30 seconds. It's basically a lottery pick if who's getting cart sniped. You leave it up to the server. Whose purchase is going through? I don't know. But there's a high demand for this knife, and I'd love to hear from you guys as to why that is. Something else I want to talk about is something that I'm actually really excited about. There's never been a better time to look into getting a Conigarius. Just going to say that. There is a decent amount of people in the knife collecting sector niche who base their buying decisions off of public demand. I'm not one of those people. Like, is it nice knowing that you got something that's hard to get? Absolutely. Would I ever in my wildest dreams base my buying decisions at that level off of what the general public thinks? No. Listen, patience is a virtue. People that lack it overpay. And people that have it pay less. You might not get it right away. You might not get it quickly. You might not get it soon. But you will get it, and you will get it at a better price. Here's an example of that. The Hawk Talon. I almost said Deadlock. The Hawk Talon. They released, right? He did the pre-order. The pre-order sold out. Then he dropped some at Blade Show. Those sold out. Then he sold some to retailers who turned around and sold those for how much? $1,500. Looking at you, American Edge. Dear Lord. American Edge? $1,500. they sold out. I want to say it was less than 6 months later. They're available frequently at retailers. They're gettable for the table price of $9.50. Now, I don't want to crap on anybody who says, you know what, I've got the money, I'm just going to make it happen. But you're basically taking $600, lighting it on fire because you're impatient, because you wanted to get it at the time where they were harder to get. So to anybody out there who's newer in this hobby, who's like, should I just go on eBay and overpay? No. For one, don't support scalpers. For two, don't overpay. Three, I guarantee you the market will catch up. Hinderers selling out left and right. They up their production. People were no longer, stuck inside with COVID or whatever. And all of a sudden, now you can go out and get hinderers left and right. You don't have to overpay. Remember, when you buy something at this level, your purchase is a vote for that value. When you overpay, what you're saying is that it's worth it to be impatient. Have some patience. And in the meantime, there are plenty of amazing knives that are gettable, that are amazing. And I say all of this because it wasn't that long ago. I want to say like a year ago, Koenig Ariuses were hot. They were just as hot as the Oz Rosie. People were scrambling to buy them on the secondary left and right. And now they're not. You know what's changed? Nothing. Except for the price at which you can get it on the secondary. I've been seeing Ariuses go for like high fives, low sixes. Perfect condition. And I know for certain that some people out there just a year ago were like, you know what? I know this was a $780 knife. $1,000 it is. Rollshambo, why didn't you buy one? Why didn't you buy? Because I'm being patient. And now is going to be a good year to get one. And I'm excited about that. So I will be getting an Arius this year. What am I looking for? Specifically, non-flipper patterned. I'm not terribly picky between the quarter pattern and the standard pattern milling. I also like the plexa milling. Non-flipper. Mini Arius. M390 is totally fine. Totally fine. I would prefer blue accents. But I'd also be okay with plain or with bronze. But I prefer blue. It would match my mini goblin, which, by the way, I also really freaking love. I need to carry that knife. All right. You didn't escape my monologue after all. What's up, Joe? Good to see you, man. He says, I did that, unfortunately. I've done it, too. I learned that patience was important because I have also overpaid before. So, trust me, I'm not condemning anybody. I'm just trying to share some tips for people so they don't make the same mistakes that most people end up making at some point. All right. Sierra Rick says Koenig dropped off in sales when Machine Wise came around. I disagree because Machine Wise came around while Oz was still going hot, and Oz Machine Company is still going hot. I'll tell you exactly what it is. People don't want to hear this, but this is the truth. Demand, and the demand went down when the supply went up because a lot of people make those buying decisions, those like hyperventilating buying decisions when there's not a lot of supply, because in their mind they're like, well, I don't know when I'll be able to, like, this is my opportunity, I'll overpay, I want it, it's worth whatever I'm willing to pay. And they're right, it is worth whatever they're willing to pay. But when they're readily available, all of a sudden what happens is that hysteria, that drive to buy now, and pay more is gone. And it's funny to me because like the knife didn't change. Chris Riva's proven that a good knife is a good knife, whether or not it's a brand new model. But there are certain knives that are driven by hype. They're driven by this hysteria. Like think about toilet paper. On a national sense, there's hysteria. People buy what? Ammunition and toilet paper. Same thing here. I'm excited. I'm going to get an Arius this year, and I'm not going to pay $800. Cheers. Well, what if you need to sell it? I wouldn't buy it if I was buying it with the plan to sell it. There are some knives where I look at them and I'm like, you know, if I really don't like it, I could turn around and get what I paid for it, at least come out clean. But that's not the plan with the mini Arius. The mini Arius is on my hit list and it's up there pretty high. Machine-wise, that being said, machine-wise, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I love the fact that I got a machinist proof because I was able to get in, and this was my thought. I was like, you know what? Like, because I was watching the market trends. Whenever these small batch mid-tech makers, whenever they do their initial runs, they always offer the better price first for early adopters. The machinist proof isn't the most gorgeous milling pattern. It isn't the most gorgeous ano. It doesn't have any special stuff. It's one of the knives they use to dial in their machines. It's got a specialized serial number. That's a true collector's piece. And I knew the price wasn't going down, and it didn't. After I bought mine, within a matter of months, they shot up to almost $100 more. So knowing when to move and getting your timing right is important. Love my Mojave, carry it frequently. It still impresses me to this day. The fact that was a knife they used, one of the, what did they do, like 40 or 50 machinist proofs? That was one of the knives they used to tune their machines in to make all of your guys' Mojaves as good as they are. And as it stands, it's still pretty badass as it is. It's extremely impressive. And I know when I reviewed that knife, everyone's like, oh, you need to try this. You need to try that. Nope, can't be as good as this. All people who hadn't actually experienced it yet. And now I've tried this. I've tried that. I've done that. And all of those knives people mentioned, guess what? They were fantastic. But the Mojave is still extremely impressive. All right. On that bombshell, I've been lagging. We need to get to the pocket check. We're going to do all of the pocket checks from today, guys. If you're new here and you didn't figure it out, yes, I have a Discord community. How do I join the Discord community? Become a channel member. For now, channel membership starts at 99 cents. And for now, all levels of members can join the Discord. Once you're in, you're in. I'm working on a system that will award custom roles based off of activity. And the whole point behind this is that I am planning on getting rid of all of the lurkers who do not actually contribute to the community. If that's you, I'm sorry. What do I mean when I say contribute? I mean something. Do anything. There are probably somewhere in the realm of 150 people in my Discord who don't comment, they don't react, they don't post. They're just lurking. And lurking is fine. Lurk in the live stream. You don't need to contribute here. This is where I contribute. But a community is only a community if its members contribute. So I don't ask for a lot, guys. I just ask that you contribute. If you don't want to post, that's fine. Respond to somebody else's post. Let them know that you like their picture if you like it. But I'm gonna start a no lurking policy. Is it strictly enforced right now? No. I don't have the bandwidth, and I also don't have the heart to ask my channel mods to go in and start like pruning accounts that are either not active or they don't do anything. So instead, I'm going to create an automated system that just does that. But you're killing your community. No, I'm not. I'm telling people that if you want to be a part of a community, you have to contribute. And if people don't like that, tough shit. On that bombshell, let's go ahead and get into the pocket check. Starting off with Nick T. He's got the Belt Satin Saturday. Nice, man. With the Riot Mantis and Berg Blade Barber. The Berg Blades have been a staple for knife buying. I, to this day, have not tried one. But damn, that hollow grind looks good. Man, that looks good. The Riot Mantis. So many people love this knife. I love the way they do the thumb studs on that. Dazed has got an 808 serial number Protean. It looks so good, man. This is also a knife that's high on my list. And you know what? A lot of these Proteans are gettable. They are gettable. They're so gettable. When I say gettable, I don't mean on the drops. The drops are actually relatively small batch. They sell out pretty quickly. If you didn't know, Prince Customs, he usually does drops on Sundays. And if you sign up for his email list and he doesn't actually email you on Saturday, or keep your eyes peeled, because sometimes he'll do a surprise drop, but almost very frequently, I want to say it's every Sunday or every other Sunday, guaranteed, he'll be doing a drop. Now, this blade shape is the Tanto blade shape, and he's got the radial milling, which is very similar to Oz Machine Company's radial milling. It's a generic milling pattern, to be honest. It's not specific to anybody, but I would say that I think Oz popularized it. Either way, that's neither here nor there, because the Tanto blade shape is in fact my personal favorite. I don't think they make a better looking blade shape, and they all look good. The Warncliffe looks good. The Drop Point, which is the original, looks good. I kind of want one of each. I really want one. The one that I want is the partial skeleton, partial dragon scale. Prince Customs dragon scales they look phenomenal. I'd be happy with radial milling too, or any number of the other milling patterns. They all look good. I don't think I'd feel like I was settling with any of those. Pavelski coming in with the hot photos. What do we got, man? I feel like I should know what this is. What is it? What is it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it looks cool. If you don't tell me what it is in the pocket... Oh, it's the Orbital Knives Large Callisto. There we go. He came in clutch. Shout out to my man Vivelsky. Thanks, dude. Skull, he's got a Boston Martin. Remet Cool Camel. Finch Wheat State Cutlery. And the Matisfaction Hank. Nice. Made in Ohio. There you go. Yeah, and you know what? You know what's the unsung hero in this picture? Is the Remet Camel. I wasn't actually expecting to get one. But today, fun fact, I don't think Remet's Amazon department talks very much with their main non-Amazon department when it comes to like sales and collaborations and stuff, because they're two separate accounts. Either way, the last time I had gotten a review unit from their Amazon team, I was at my old address. And today, I'm out getting groceries, and my wife just sends me a text. She's like, we got a package from Amazon forwarded from our old address 1,000 miles away. I'm like, what? I opened it up, and you know what? The Remet Camel. Now, I know. Some people are going to be saying, what is this budget fidgetry? Is that just a regular button lock? No, it's a button liner lock. It's not the first time that Remet has done this, but this is actually really impressive, because I should save this for a review, but I don't care, guys. $38 starting out on this. You get D2 button operated liner lock, single-sided captive pivot, T8 hardware all the way around. Look at that. $38 and you get a freaking pocket clip insert on the other side for you lefties. That's bananas. The machining on here is really cool too. The detent is strong. It's a strong detent. Flipper, nice deep jimping. Blade centering is good. I'm going to say it right now. I should save this for a review, but guys, if you want to get a good knife for somebody that's just going to beat the hell out of their knife, you don't want to spend an arm and a leg. $38 on this is insane. $38 on this is insane. And I'm not entirely sure if this isn't a hollow grind either. It might be. I haven't confirmed. It could just be a trick of how it's milled. This might be a hollow grind. I'm impressed. $38. 2026 budget king as of right now. As of right now. I don't know of a knife released this year that's this good for $28. Button operated liner lock. Stiff detent. Really good cutting geometry. D2, G10. Captive pivot. They have their updated branding, which is now on the pivot instead of anywhere else. Freaking good job, Remet. Good job. $38. Mind blown. Back to the pocket check. Thank you for reminding me to talk about that, Skull. A serious mic. Hold on. I've probably missed a lot. I've missed a lot. Hey, shout out to my man Goku. I know I'm so far behind, guys, on the anniversaries. I swear I do check them. Sometimes I'm just slow. Sometimes I just miss stuff. Thank you so much for being a channel member for 28 months. For 28 months. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you. And shout out to my man, Jay Korskinen. The one-upsmanship with 29 months. It's not a competition. It's not a competition. I appreciate everyone's support. Says, oh, I give up patches. All right. Jay, I'm going to level with you, dude. I'm going to level with you, okay? Because you have been campaigning for over a year now for patches. And I understand that you don't want to give up on patches, but it seems futile now. I'm not sure if it's because you just got here, but in case you missed it, I'm going through a rebranding. I knew I've been heading towards this for a long time. The channel has evolved to a point where the shelf life of the Rollshambo channel is coming to an end, but that doesn't mean the channel's going away. That means that I'm at a point where I want to rebrand. I see a lot of benefits in rebranding. I'm going to do a whole video on this, on the why behind it, once I have everything set up, because I'm not just going to throw in and like oh, new logo, new content, new branding, new everything. Like I'm not doing that just willy-nilly. I'm going to have everything lined up. I'm going to announce when that's going to happen. It's going to be very publicized. People shouldn't be surprised. One of the reasons why I didn't do the patches or any merch, because I thought about it. At one point I had the funds. I was ready to go. I had stickers lined up and everything. It was actually back around October. And then I realized why. Why would I do all of that when it's all going to get rebranded? Then I have to pay for new merch. I have to redesign things like patches, things like stickers. So one of the reasons why I decided not to is because by the time I got everything ready to go, I realized that it wouldn't make sense to do all of that for the Rollshambo channel when the Rollshambo channel was going through a rebrand. So thank you for campaigning hard for channel merch. I want you to know that I do appreciate it. Your words were heard. There will be channel merch. It's just going to be after I rebrand. The channel isn't going away. It's just getting a facelift. I wish sometimes I could get a facelift. But sometimes you're blessed with good looks, and sometimes you're blessed with the face for radio. It is what it is. You can't have it all. Good to see you, Jay. Thank you so much for being a Spartan for 29 months. I appreciate you, dude. probably check the chat. I should probably check the chat. But yes. Yes. This is Joe Cool Camel. It's not a tobacco product. Top Dog says rebrand WTF. Yes. There's going to be more information on that in the near future. But essentially, the logo is going to change. The name of the channel is going to change. The content is not changing. I'm not going to all of a sudden not go by Rollshambo on YouTube because that wouldn't make sense. But the name of the channel is changing to make more sense towards the trajectory of the channel. I'll give you an example. If you were to walk up to a stranger and ask them, what do you think a YouTube channel named Rollshambo EDC stands for? They'd say, I don't know. Does he do rock, paper, scissors? Does he not know how to spell? Are they aware that it's not spelled like that? They wouldn't know. It'd be nonsensical. But if you were to walk up to a stranger and say, could you guess? What would a YouTube channel named Steel Snobs be about? Like, probably something to do with steel. And they might still not totally understand, but it would be closer. And that's the point. That's the point, is that when I started this channel, you know what? Shoot, I'll just mention it to you guys now. When I started this channel initially, I started it in my dorm room back in 2010. Might have been 2009. No, maybe it was 2010. 2010. I had a completely different channel. The name was the same. It was Rollshambo. I chose the name and the spelling like it is right now for two reasons. For one, I let my roommate pick the name because I bet him that if content was good enough, it wouldn't matter what the name was, anything would work. People will remember good content for what it is, and they'll go back regardless of the name of the channel. I've seen some funky channel names. But also, when he chose, okay, call it Rollshambo. Rollshambo was taken. The correct spelling of it was taken. That channel did hookah reviews. I didn't understand the level of commitment that it takes to make a channel even semi-successful, even minutely findable on YouTube, which has always been a massive search engine. I didn't understand. I wasn't ready or prepared at that time to put in the effort that it took to make that happen. And also, I didn't have a lot of skills that I have now. I didn't know as much about editing. I didn't know as much about public speaking. I wasn't very confident. It wasn't the right timing, but it burned me because for 2 years I tried. I didn't understand the sacrifices it would take. And at the end of 2 years, it was like, there's no point. Nobody's watching. 2 years, 80 subscribers, nothing to show but disappointment and a lost bet. So I deleted every single piece of my content and I said, you know what? This isn't it, but I will return. And when I do, I will prove it that I can do it. Now, I've always been into knives, but I haven't always been a knife collector. When COVID happened, I had a gift card. That gift card was for Christmas or my birthday or something. It was from my brother-in-law. It's a $50 gift card. It was during the shutdown. I was bored shopping online with my $50 gift card. What do you do when you shop online for things that you don't know if you actually want or not? You go on YouTube and you watch reviews. Started watching reviews. Didn't find anything for the knife that I was looking at, or that I ended up buying, which, by the way, was a Katsu JRF01. I still have that knife. It's not a very good knife, but it's the first one. It's the first one that I bought with getting into the hobby. I start really getting into it. And I start to realize this is it. This is something I could put that level of effort towards. I have more skills now. And I started thinking of channel names, and I had several in mind. And I went to change the name of the channel, and it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right because I had unfinished business. Because I told myself, if I'm going to do this again, I need to take care of business. I've been walking around with a chip on my shoulder about this for over a decade. So I decided to double down and say, good content will survive. Good content will get out there. If you improve every single day at something, people will watch. People will enjoy it. If you're truly focused on improving. I set a deadline for myself. It was 1,000 subscribers in 1 year, or I close it down for good and I'll just open up a different Google account to watch YouTube on. And I'll put it behind me. In 4 months, I hit 1,000 subscribers. Now, I'm not trying to say that my channel is the most impressive channel in the world. But 14,000 subscribers, close to 3 million views, 3 years in, working on my 4 years. And I no longer have that chip on my shoulder because I've proven that you can actually make content successfully with a name that is not remotely related to whatever it is that you're making content about. So when I say that Rollshambo has a shelf life as a channel name, as a brand, it's because it does. I need a different purpose to continue to evolve. Evolution is change. Change is scary. In social media, it can be dangerous when you spend 3 or 4 years building a brand only to change it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't think that it was the only way to continue the upward climb. And I want to hit that at the right time. Part of that is understanding the purpose. All right. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Hopefully I didn't put anyone to sleep. We're going to get back to the pocket check. All right, Serious Mike. Serious Mike, what's up, man? He's carrying... I like that. This one right here, this Kaiser, kind of reminds me of a Sparrow Strix, but it's not. All right. You helped me out, Mike. Thank you. He's got the Concept SIF, the Kaiser Crest, the Concept Crowbar, Olight Pen, and the Workos HD1. Nice, man. Very cool. I like the silhouette on that Concept, or excuse me, on that Kaiser. That's cool. Harpoon sheep's foot? Why not? Nikola Tesla's got the Ekis. That's a Kubi, right? Concept. Close enough. The Concept Ekis. What milling pattern is that? It's like some crazy hieroglyphics. Bradford Mitchell, ooh. Button lock VECP, VECP. I really want a frame lock version of this knife. Neither of them are easy to get, but I really want a frame lock version of this knife. They've done releases. Those releases have sold quickly. Dave Henry, he's got, let's see. He's like, I'm going to make you earn it. No description, but you should know what it is. Kunwu compadre. It's the Griffin, right? The Griffin. TRM Neutron. And then a Chris Reeve Sabenza. Nice. Double Oak. Double Oak Essentials. What's in the bag? What's in the bag? I've been getting into, it's the bag that the wallet came in. Okay. I understand. I was going to say that looks super familiar. For those who are on Instagram, you know what I mean? If you're in the EDC hobby and you look at a bunch of Instagram accounts that post EDC stuff, you will end up getting advertisements for flashlights, pens, knives, wallets, everything EDC related. I've been getting more into wallets recently. Hold on. Double Oak is one of those that looks really freaking classy. Recently got this guy. The Proof Wallet. Have you guys been seeing ads for this? The Proof Wallet? The Founders Edition? Yeah. Minimalist. But it works really good. Cash, cards, no automated card trigger. Instead, you get this pull tab right here. Love it. Freaking love it. My point is, Double Oak, I knew that looked familiar. That's one of those wallet brands that looks really freaking classy. Stonewall. What do we got, man? He's got the notorious EDC Big Papa Beer Bomb, the Pictus in S90V, the BMK Ether and MagnaCut, the Sinners and Stone Chronos V2 Pry Bar. These beer bombs, are they still as hard to get as they used to be? That's the question. It's like, are they still as hard to get as they used to be? Because they used to be kind of hard to get. I want one. I should probably get one. Can you still get them? I have no idea. Steve, he's got we were just talking about this. Sparrow Strix, Winterblade Factor. Is that a batch 3? Batch 4. Hopefully Brian Winters isn't watching. He's like, you should know the difference. I don't. I don't. I want to say that's a batch 3. Maybe batch 4. Ooh. Mentioned this knife earlier. Warrior Guild with a solid photo too. Look at that. Titanium Hawk Talon. I love mine. I don't have the titanium version. I got the carbon fiber version, but I love mine. I'm not sure what knife that is. I'm not familiar with that fixie. That's cool though, man. My carry today. I didn't even talk about my carry today. You don't have to look at my bad cell phone photo. Here we go. In the pocket today, I carry 2 knives, one of which was this really, really badass knife. This is, sorry, I just realized the music was a bit loud. This is a custom knife from Vulcan Custom Knives. Where can you get them? Facebook. Vulcan Custom Knives, really, really cool maker. He makes these in his shop, dude. Like, that's bananas. I'm not sure how many knives he's made with this milling pattern, though. Some people don't like that he does milling on the blade. It's different. I like it. I can tell you it does not affect its cutting ability at all. Hasn't gotten hung up once because of the milling on the blade. It's unique. You don't see a lot of companies doing milling on the blade. The milling on the handle scales is deep and detailed. It's titanium with a carbon fiber geared backspacer, titanium pocket clip, Z-Max BQ steel, which I want to say that's like a German company. It's similar to, in performance, it's similar to Rex 121 as far as steel is concerned, but it's tougher. So where Rex 121 is very brittle, but has very high wear resistance, this has very high wear resistance, but is tougher than Rex 121. So it's supposed to perform similar to Maximate, similar to Rex 121, but with better toughness, which is kind of why I like 15V a lot, because that's what you get with 15V. The prices on Vulcan Custom Knives are insane for what they are. Want to talk small batch? Like premium materials, small batch, sub $500 all day. Follow Vulcan Custom Knives on Instagram. He puts out a ton of different designs. Some of them are more wild than others. Some of them are using steels that you've never heard of before. It is an amazing heat treat. He does a really good job on his milling and finish work. I'm not the biggest fan of plunge locks. I'm not. This is a plunge lock, and I freaking love this knife. I also put some custom edge geometry on there. when I got it, the edge bevel was both edge bevels were about as thin as this back one right here. And I was like, I'm gonna carry it. I'm gonna cut cardboard with it. I need a thinner edge geometry. I know this steel will perform really good if I knock it back. So I took it down to like an 18, 19 degree per side edge bevel. So now it's got this fatty edge bevel right here on the main, and it does perform very well. It's very sharp and slicey. The other knife that I carried, I actually already showed. Oz Machine Company Roosevelt. I gotta clean the blade. Got adhesive on the blade. I'm probably gonna do a polish mod on this soon. I think I'm gonna look to do like a high polish finish on the scales, and then just maybe another high polish on the blade. I'm not really looking to do a mirror on this. Maybe I should. Undecided. We'll see. All right, that was my carry. Also carried proof wallet and the key organizer. Really enjoying the stuff from Proof Wallet lately. Craig Vincent, what do we got? He's got an Espada, a Mayhem, a 5 Max, 2 Mayhems. This feels like a cold steel measuring contest. The Recon 1 XL. You're like, what? Today we're just going to carry the arsenal. Zombie apocalypse happens today. I'm ready. That's cool, man. Frankie Cheech. I was looking at this earlier, dude. Aren't those Kevin Smock scales? I thought he did a regular run of the slab style dragon scale milling. I think I saw one single run of those. I think that's who makes those scales. I think that's what they are. Those are Kevin Smock custom scales. I tried to confirm it. Had a hard time, which tells me that is either a super custom job, or I'm pretty sure those are Kevin Smock dragon scale scales. Really cool. Really freaking cool. Dry Dog Saints has got the newest pickup, the Oz Rosie XL. Talk about a knife that's gained popularity recently. When these initially released, they weren't as popular. They were also more expensive, starting off at like $1,000. Anyways, these have risen in popularity recently. I really like that zigzag pattern on the handle scales. I haven't tried one yet. I just have the regular Rosie. Tom Cook, he's got a TRM Shadow with the Merlot micarta. They don't make this knife no more. 20 CV. It was a cool knife, man. I had one. I really liked it. I shouldn't have sold it. Ed's got... he's got the Dixon. Splish Splash. I was taking a bath. Nice, dude. That Dixon is a dirty girl. Taking a bath. I mean, it should be corrosion resistant, I think. McNee's not known for their corrosion resistance, but that one should be fine because it's not their bead blasted finish. Cool shot, man. Cat Scratch's got the Javi Garcia Nova, customized by the legendary Rob's Nerdy Knives. Look at that. That's cool, man. Javi Garcia. Isn't he the other half of... because I know that he and Pena work on Superlative, right? Javi Garcia and Pena, right? Pena Knives and Javi Garcia. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. That's cool, dude. Is that a custom Javi Garcia? Or is that... I don't know enough about them. It does look nice though. Wait, is that a full hollow grind? It is. Damn. I also like the geometry on that flipper. I bet that's snappy as hell. John Tagamori. That is a Beg Knives bullet train slip joint, right? You know what's gonna be sad? You know what's going to be sad is if I get that right even though we don't ever see these on the freaking pocket check. And I get this one wrong, even though we see it every... Like, somebody always throws me off every week. John, do you throw me off every week with this knife? I know it's a Sharp by Designs Hawkbill knife. I always get it wrong. This one is similar-esque. It's by Beg Knives. I'll tell you why I know what this is. Beg Knives saw a video I did back when I was still borrowing some knives from White Mountain Knives to make some content for. That's one of the things you can do if your channel is gaining some notice, but you still need content and you don't want to rely solely on pass around knives, because trust me, that's not for me. As you can partner with retail stores and say, hey, can I borrow some inventory just so that I have an opportunity to review some stuff so I don't have to buy everything. A lot of stores are cool like that. White Mountain Knives is really cool like that. Anyways, I borrowed a Beg knife. It was a Bodega, their D2 Bodega, which is a solid knife, by the way. I made a video on it. Guess who saw it? Beg Knives. Beg Knives then sent me a bunch of knives, which I made a bunch of content with. They loved it. And they said, hey, stay on your toes. We've got a new line of knives coming out in about 8 months. And we're going to send you this, and this. Like, sweet. This knife, their slip joint, which I'm pretty sure is called the Bullet Train, was one of those knives that I was really excited for. 8 months comes and goes. I start seeing other channels that I'm very familiar with, many of which I know just because, similar chats. And every single one got the package that I was told I was going to get sent. And they forgot me. Boo-hoo, I know. Just buy what you like. I didn't want to buy something just to then also get it in on review if I was just being impatient. So long story short, I never actually got them because I wasn't sure if they were just late or if they had forgotten about me. So I never experienced it. If you're wondering why I know what that is, that's why. I'm positive that's a Beg Knives Bullet Train. Or they call it something else. Beg Knives slip joint. Are they all the Bullet Train, or is it just the Warncliffe that's the Bullet Train? It's the Hawkbill slip joint. Potato, tomato, same thing. Moving on. Geek Machine has got the Big Idea Design Signal. I know you really love this knife. For all you fixed blade folks out there, Geek Machinist tells me that he loves this knife. I hear about this knife a lot. Big Idea Design. I had an opportunity to work with them. I turned them down because at the time I'd heard some things that I did not like. Not about their products, just about the people that run their social media collaboration. Always heard great things about their products. It is a good looking fixed blade. D2, Aaron D2, he's got the Compact Chad, the Compact Excalibur, and the Compadre. All the small Kunwus. Which one's your favorite? I have a feeling it's this guy right here in the middle. Right? Pretty sure. The Ponds. What do we got, man? Work carry. Opposite ends of the spectrum. PM2 and S45. K-Bar Dozier. Solid. I like a good Spyderco carry. You guys know this. Jim Miller's got the ProTech Cambria, the Rosecraft Overall Creek, the Farmhand, and the Keith, the Knife Freak Fixie. No sacks today, Jim? No sacks today. It's still cool. I dig it. Oops, scrolled way too far. Fred the Lug, he's got the VC Edge interface. Talking about expensive, hard to find knives. The VC Edge interface. Most of that blade is carbon fiber. I think it's just the edge of the blade itself, which is metal. Everything else on this knife is like carbon fiber except for the pivot and the body screw. Insanely light. I remember when these were released initially and they were insane. They're still expensive. The lock bar is metal. Most of the frame is not. It's an insane knife. I'm not sure what this one is. I know you mentioned it. I'll go back to it. What was it? What was it? The American Mini Karma. Oh, okay. I still got to get a custom ultimatum. I need one. TC Blades. What do we got, man? He's got the Concept Raven Timascus inlays in 20 CV. The North Mountain Blades Zerkatai with SDL. Dude. Nice, man. I dig it. The North Mountain Blades Chop. North Mountain Blades does some really, really, really cool knives. Like, and this is no shade to Concept. Concept offers a really good value and they do a good job at that good value. But I want you to take a look at the difference between the Timascus here. Timascus is always different. But for some reason, at least in my opinion, when I look at the Timascus between these two, I think the North Mountain Blades Timascus looks a bit better. Personal opinion? Just my personal opinion. Freaking gorgeous, dude. Let's go. Craig Vince. Dang. I'm not the only one. Not the only one. I've got to put out a warning. A gore warning. Gotta be careful. YouTube's iffy about that stuff. I'm sorry, man. I hope your finger feels better, dude. Durbin's got the Vero Synapse XL. No need to say you love that Predator. That Predator bead, I know you do. It's a cool bead, man. Some of these beads are expensive as hell too. I was looking on Monkey Edge. Some beads are like handmade, custom, forged, whatever, and they're really freaking expensive. I'm not the bead guy. I'm not, but that is really cool. I can appreciate good craftsmanship. Nice, dude. Says first bite from a Spada 2 years ago. Okay. So you've healed. 2 years, 7 days, learn from that one. Some of them you learn from, dude. Mine is still healing. It's been it's been several days and it's still very painful when I brush it against stuff, but it's healing. Dale Lane, we've got Shark Cub Stealth. Ooh. And this one, is that a ZBP? Nope. Is it a ZBP? Let's look at the date. Birth date 2023. So no, not a zero blade play. That would be the last gen, but that is still a Marfione signature. So Shadow Ultratech, right? I think so. Jim Cox. Ooh, dude, he's got the attention to detail. That's mercantile, medium mercantile. By the way, did I ever shout out Jim Cox? Jim Cox, channel member for 10 months. I thought I did. I may have missed it. Jim, if you're still watching, I'm sorry for lagging behind. I haven't looked at the chat in a hot minute. All right, man, lots of pocket checks tonight. Dale Lane says, what? Sub 500? Oh, are you talking about this guy? Yeah, no, custom, small batch, Vulcan Knife Works. His name is Mark. I'll shout him out. I've mentioned him on live streams before. A lot of his knives, he has a lot of crazy designs. He doesn't do book orders. So if you want a Vulcan custom knife, some things you should know. He makes these in like groups of 2 and 3, and he makes them exactly how he wants to. He has a website, but you can't buy anything off of it. What you need to do if you want to buy one of these knives is you need to actually follow him on Instagram. He will post a reel where he shows the knives, and you reach out to him directly and say, hey, is this still available? If it is, he will sell it to you. His website will mention what knives are available and the prices for them, as well as the specs and pictures and stuff. Sometimes the website is a little bit behind on updating, though. So you still want to reach out to him directly on Instagram. He's been doing frame locks, button locks, crossbar locks. Uses really, really cool blade steel materials. Very good heat treat. Premium materials. American made, 100%. I adore this. I freaking adore this. I can't wait to make content for it. It's one of those knives that I'm behind on making content for. Anyways, this is the attention to detail mercantile. I want to say that's a medium. I could be wrong. Is that a small or a medium? Hard to say. Dazed. Why it's popular according to Transparent Knives. That's not a pocket check. Not watching it on this. I'll look at that after. Promise. I'm just trying to get through the pocket checks. Kevin Smith. What do we got here? Manix 2 lightweight. Shaman. Nice. I dig those rock scale critter scales. We've got Flytanium. Are those aluminum? I think so. And then, of course, is that Draco's Armor? Is that Draco's Armor Barclay scales for the Para 3? Is it? Not sure. S45 yen, S30V, and CTS XHP. Nice, dude. Nice bit of Spyderco carry going on. Shout out to Kevin Smith and Knives. Southpaw. What do we got? We got a Yojimbo old school Spyderco smock and Blue Label Redemption Street. That's a street. Because the 229 version would be bigger. And it's a Tanto. I still got to get one of those. Fred says that Vulcan is fantastic. Mark makes a mean knife. Mark makes really cool freaking knives. I want to get one of his frame locks so bad, but he doesn't make as many of them as I want him to. But this is the best part, is you never know what he's going to make next. Vulcan knives? Shoot, man. He's been doing button locks, frame locks, crossbar locks. I want to see him do something with a super lock. It's a big item on my wish list. I don't know if it'll ever happen. Probably not, but it would be cool. I am aiming for one of his Warncliffe style frame locks. Hopefully full titanium, but I'd also be okay with a titanium carbon fiber frame lock variant too. In Z-Max, specifically, I want another knife in Z-Max. All right. I said I'd get back to it. So we're going to go back up here. Dave says, why it's popular according to Transparent Knives, run on thick skiff washers. So it's got good action. It's got really good action. I mean, look, I'm not saying that it's not cool. Obviously, I want one. What I am saying is that I don't understand all of the hype behind it yet, because I haven't seen a whole lot of like hub from creators. Like it's so hard to get that very few people have got them yet. They're very small batch. Cerberus is known for doing really good work already. Cerberus was doing handle scales before. I'm not saying that I don't want one. I'm saying I don't see why they're so insanely sought after right now. That's what I'm saying. Nick 6 said, I need a regular Rosie. Been trying every week for what seems like forever. There is one reason, and one reason alone, that I have this. I got it on the secondary from a friend. I have entered Rosie lottos before, and I have never won. Ever. So I understand. That said, got this on the secondary from a friend. Shout out to Dave. Dave, you know who you are. It's a cool knife. It's a cool knife. Do I think they're overpriced? Yes. I think that with Oz Machine Company opening up their new production shop, with their production going up, it's only a matter of time. I guarantee you, it is only a matter of time before the Oz Rosie goes the way of the Conegarius. And then there will be a new darling out there. Maybe it's the Cerberus Aurelius. And everyone's going to want that. And they're going to be like, I don't want a Rosie. I don't want a Rosie. It's not in demand anymore. Be patient is what I'm saying. If you're patient, you will get one, and you will probably get one for less than what you will pay for one in one of those lottos. Because once the supply catches up with the demand, then you really find out what people think that knife is worth. And chances are, it's not what we're currently paying. So, do I love the Rosie? Yes. Have I tried to get in on lottos? Yes. Do I think that it's going to have the supply catch up with the demand? Yes. History always repeats itself. What happened? Hinderer knives, drops, selling out for years. Supply caught up with the demand. What happened? Now you can get them on the secondary for a really good deal, which is too bad because like they're still really good knives, and Rick Hinderer never raised his prices. $425 for the XM18 has been the same price for years. So you got to give him some credit there. Conegarius, badass knife, premium materials, made here in Idaho. Contoured handles, some of the best action and fit and finish that critics said they'd ever experienced. What happened? Supply caught up with the demand. All of a sudden, they're not the apple of everyone's eye because you can go and get one. You don't have to try to get one. The hunt is only worth it when it's a hunt. Unless you're just a fan of the design and you want one and you're patient. So, for those of you guys out there who look at this and you say, oh, I want one so bad, I want you to seriously ask yourself this question. Do you want one of these so friggin' bad because of the design? Because you're really excited about getting a knife that has 2 detent balls for increased action and really thin cutting geometry, and the fact that everything on here is made in-house at Oz Machine Company? Like, is that why? Or do we really freaking want this because there's a hunt that has to take place in order to get one? You have to get lucky on a lotto. You have to overpay on eBay. You have to know a guy who knows a guy, or consequently have something that that guy wants and is willing to trade. Is it the hunt or the knife that we're after? If the answer is the knife, be patient. Don't overpay. I give it maybe a year, maybe. And the supply on Rosies will catch up to the demand, and you'll probably be able to get these for what they used to go for. I'm talking about like a non-dressed setup, right? You'll probably be able to get one of these for like $500 a year from now. Snip that. I'll see you guys a year from now. We can have this conversation again. The supply is going to catch up. Oz has moved into a new building. Production capacity is already increased. Guarantee you, you'll be able to get one for a lot less than what they're going for now. All right. Bradford Mitchell, what's up, dude? I know, I said hi again, probably because I've been away from the chat for so long. It says Rick's Knives and Rob's Nerdy Knives has reviews on the Aurelius. Yeah, shout out to Rob's Nerdy Knives. Rob puts in a lot of money and effort to get his hands on these hard to get knives. You got to give him props for that. I haven't seen it yet, but I will go watch it. Dale Lane says, yes, sorry, Rolls. I thought you'd know that it was the Shadow DLC Ultratech. I got it eventually. Come on. Fishbag says, Craig Vincent says, that thing bled for 3 days with pressure bandage. Today, can't even tell it happened thanks to a wound care course I took a few years ago. Yeah. Super glue, man. Super glue. Come on. Baptism says, but Roosevelts are all XHP now. So, ooh. I mean, like, XHP is a good steel. CTS XHP is a really cool steel. I don't have an issue with XHP. Don't have an issue with S45VN. Don't have an issue with MagnaCut or Van X. There is actually, if I was to overpay, this could be a good topic actually. If I was to overpay for a Rosie, because on mine, I got mine in on a swap, so I didn't overpay. But if I were to overpay for a Rosie, the one I would overpay for would be a 15V variant. Because my understanding is that there was actually a run of Oz Machine Company Roosevelts in 15V. And that is very high on my grail list. Knowing what I know about 15V, and the odds are that they're probably not going to make any more 15V steel. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe a company that has the atomizing capacity will come back to resurrect a relic of a steel like 15V for some reason. As of right now, 15V is dead because nobody has furnaces hot enough to atomize it, especially companies that make steels that they sell to places like Niagara Specialty Metals, who turns around and sells that to knife makers. So for all intents and purposes, 15V is dead. I would overpay for a 15V Rosie. I don't know how many are out there. Chances are not many. Not many, but I'd take one. It says Silver Surfer MagnaCut putter milled is unobtainium now. Meanwhile, Craig Brown Cortex Mini incoming table price. I love my Craig Brown Cortex XL. The Cortex XL is one of those knives that after getting it, I held it and I was like, yeah, no, clearly this doesn't feel like this is a demand inflated price or value because it's so well made. The thing, Craig Brown needs to send out his knives to a different facility to do heat treating, or maybe he just needs to do it himself, because 62 HRC on MagnaCut, or excuse me, 60 to it's like 60 to 62 is the range that he's getting back when he sends it out to whatever company does his heat treats. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's the one thing I can look at and point to and say, on a folding knife with a really thin cutting geometry, you are creating a bottleneck that doesn't need to happen at the edge of the knife. I still love that knife to pieces. Totally understand why it's worth what it's worth. Everything that he touches on it has turned to gold. Cortex XL, one of my favorite mid-tech knives ever, period. Period. What's up, Lone Star? I think I missed you, man. I know you've been in the chat. I just haven't said hi yet. Good to see you, dude. He says, latest Larry and Thomas video puts the tactical fingernail cleaner collectors in check with his latest steel video. I'll have to give it a watch. Is it on his channel or is it part of his Patreon? Let's see. I'll have to watch it. I may have already watched it if it's the one I think it is. The tactical fingernail cleaner collectors. We may have actually discussed this in the Discord. If it's, hold on. If it's the one I think it is it the one where he talks about how, why does this steel matter if you don't use your knives? And the reason why I mention that is because in my 15V video, I actually mentioned that at the beginning of the video. So I had Laren Thomas's opinion before it was cool. Yeah, this one. Yeah. No, I watched it. Clearly, you can see the watch bar. You can see the watch bar. I watched it, dude. This was posted in the Discord. I don't know if it puts the collectors in check at all. I actually discussed this in my 15V Steel Snobs video, where I said that there is a reason. There's always a reason. Sometimes people don't understand what that reason is, but it's pretty simple. What it comes down to is that even if you're not using it, like think about the people that own classic sports cars. Collectors at a base level, collectors are the same regardless of what they're collecting, whether it's stamps, whether it's knives or watches or sports cars. Serious question. What makes a car like the 427 Cobra Jet so freaking cool? Think about it. Those of you who are into cars might turn around and say, well, it was the fastest production car ever made for like 100 years, 50 years, whatever, for the super long stretch of time, right? And yet the people that managed to buy those, you think they're taking them out on the track? You think they're running that engine? Or is that car sitting pristine in a garage or in a barn somewhere, not being driven? People care about what their things are capable of, because if they didn't care, they wouldn't be collecting. Now, some people, and I 100% agree with what he's saying. For anyone that's confused, I'm not disagreeing with Larry Thomas at all. What I'm saying is that it's the fantasy that fuels the addiction. You care about what's possible. We care about extremely strong knife locks, regardless of the fact that for many of our pedestrian EDC cases, you could use a slip joint for like 95% of them. We care about what's possible. We care about strong locks because it's cool. Think about the fact that you could jab it into a tree, a Demko 8010 into a tree and step on it like a freaking ladder. None of us will ever need to do that, but it's really cool knowing that you could. Same thing with steel. Most of us don't need to cut forever and ever and ever. Many of us have pedestrian use case scenarios. That doesn't mean that we don't care or that it doesn't matter. There's a wide variety of reasons in which people collect knives. Some to fidget, some to use, some to carry, some to take photos. To some people, they're toys. To some people, they're tools. But one thing is for certain. At the end of the day, we're all fans of the hobby. And on that bombshell, my friends, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Thank you guys for joining me for another Saturday live stream. The next time we go live will be Wednesday, 8 p.m. Mountain, which is 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 7 p.m. Pacific, or 9 p.m. Central. There we go. It's 8 p.m. Mountain time. What are you still doing here? Get out there. Go have fun. Go out on the town. Have a great rest of your weekend, guys. I'll see you on the flip side.